Non, matin, le bal a passé, elle était sur l'école. Matin, et puis je faire devoir, apprendre une leçon qu'on a là. Il a à peine sorti la caille, moi, la traversée pour la caille. Maman, caille nous tout près. Qu'on a et puis pendant la montée dans marche escalier, elle a arrivé. Quand je suis couru avec un petit monde qui était là même, je cours avec petite là, je suis sorti. Même pas contre si je côté est écrasé.
Maman photo de la caméra, écrasé. Là, tu es sur la cave, je marche escalier, ballon sur la cave, je cours monter, à ça, je balance sur le toujours. Ballon frappe dans le salle, frappe dans l'autre mien.
J'arrive depuis la route, moi je suis un voisin. Il dit voisine, il dit tout le monde est mort, oui. Il dit on seul qui va mourir là-dedans. Moi je prends lui sur la rue, mettez-le pour vous, mais tout l'autre monde est mort. Il dit il n'y a pas de coffin mourir non, mais après l'en-bas béton pas faire rien pour vous.
Je vais casser aussi. Et puis il y a des morts qui t'écoutent. Et puis moi j'ai vomi, moi crase dans tout ça dans le gel, ça dans le nez, ça dans le bouche, à ça la vomi.
More than 200,000 people died. Thousands were permanently disabled, and more than 1 million were left homeless after the most destructive earthquake to ever hit Haiti left the capital city of Port-au-Prince in ruins. The few hospitals that remained standing were overwhelmed by massive amounts of casualties. Located only 1,800 meters from the epicenter, Hôpital Adventiste de Haiti, a small private hospital, was quickly engulfed by trauma victims. One month after the disaster, the hospital grounds have become home to hundreds of patients and their families. As Haitian staff of the hospital struggle to put their lives back together, a steady stream of volunteers from around the world made their way to the hospital.
What's the history on him?
Inside the hospital, a hallway has been transformed into a makeshift emergency room.
I've got a portable suction.
Even a month later, people are still suffering from earthquake-related injuries. Living in crude camps with little or no sanitation, infectious diseases are spreading rapidly.
So this gentleman presented acutely to the ER this afternoon in severe respiratory distress. Has been coughing up some blood, been sick for the past several days. I was called to come and evaluate him, and he was on the way of essentially dying. So I immediately sedated him and intubated him, put him on the ventilator. We think his lungs are very sick with probable pneumonia. We haven't been able to get an x-ray because he's been very unstable. During this process, he developed what we call bilateral pneumothorax and had to have chest tubes placed. And that's what these are, chest tubes to suck the air out of the round of his lungs.
I need some needles.
Those are the mediums over there. I got some morphine here.
Check his blood pressure. If it's okay, give him 4. The things that we're doing day in and day out in the emergency room is incredible, and I think it could definitely challenge any local rural ER back in the United States. I think that's because we do have the equipment, but more importantly, we have the drive of these volunteer physicians and nurses and other staff that are here for the common good of these patients. So this hospital is a very pivotal role for this area, which is so much surrounding devastation, to provide these people with a sense of comfort and safety.
Dr. Nix, and Chad, they have the family bag. But we're going to teach them. Okay, I'm going to bring them in.
Now we're kind of stuck with a very difficult, immoral situation due to the kind of lack of health care in this country. We're stuck with a bad situation of, bagging him and what's going to be our end point. So our plan is to educate the family on how to bag them and let the family get involved in the care and try to do the best we can in this makeshift ER. And I'm hoping and praying that he can pull through this and we're not going to have to deal with watching him die.
Now we need to take the gold paper.
This is a 4-year-old child. She came in with this rash all over her body. She's been on the streets since the earthquake. It looks like she developed scabies.
Make it fist. Yeah, we will.
I'm letting go.
Okay, just let the tourniquet go.
Yeah. We can't get a line in. We've been trying for about an hour. Because she's so dehydrated, it's so hard to get those blood vessels in this small 4-year-old child.
The penicillin, Rubble.
She's developed a secondary skin infection. It looks like it's staph. We're going to treat for the staph infection once we get a line in.
I'm going to work on the PO regimen to try.
This type of experience as a medical student is why I went into medicine. You do pretty much everything. Seeing patients, trying to figure out how to best treat them. Saw a lot of malaria, typhoid, things that you would never see in the US. And so opening up the books, learning about them, talking to the pharmacists who are Haitian, who know how to deal with these problems, and coming up with solutions for them.
We're essentially treating her right now for malaria and leptospirosis. Can you ask the family if she's thrown up recently? You saying? Ask them if she's thrown up.
Est-ce que elle est toujours à vomir?
No. No. Okay, we gave her something to drink a little while ago. She's keeping it down. That's a good sign. So we think we're treating her for the leptospirosis and the malaria, and see if those things improve the symptoms.
Je dois tranquiller ma mort. Et à ça, je vais pour aller là, je vais travailler. Je suis obligée de rester. Ça m'a fait tirer roche. Je vais tirer roche pour que je me sortir. Je ne vais pas tirer.
Nous-mêmes, tout le monde qui pas mourir dans là, c'est après nous venons rencontrer avec tant que tu as une petite fille, tu as une autre sœur qui t'a fait accoucher. Quand on est là, nous venons rencontrer avec juste vers 6 heures. Ils viennent joindre moi sur là côté nous tout était notre séparateur. Et puis il y a un monde qui vient passer, il dit nous un petit qui en dedans, un petit monde qui a relé qui dit pas mourir. Là, on m'a dit comment il relé, il dit Lamothe Sebastien.
Avec ça, je fais une bonne drap, je fais une bouche-mouchoir.
Demain matin, je me demande où tu mangé, je me dis où tu as chocolat, tu mangé. Il dit moi, tu mangé. Je me dis bon, dis-moi, au senti à bailler de l'eau. Il dit mais tu bouché, bouche mort, cap vider de l'eau, cap bailler de l'eau et puis gagne un yeux là fait sang. Il dit mais tu bouché avec drap pour de l'eau pas tomber sur lui. Et puis après ça, il manger.
Après ça, je veux de la sur moi, sur mon grand-mère.
And I was trying to call my family here, though there was no contact. I found a man who told me that my mother is dead. And then what was worse, that was when they said that Sebastien is alive and he was still under the rubble. They couldn't take him.
Il était très ferme tout le matin, mais dans la soirée, il vient pelle n'a parti pour nous quitter. Il relève bien fort, il dit monsieur a fini. Je ne vais pas être là pour contre moi non. Vont ti moun venir être là avec. Quand il là, il vient pelle elle a dans nuit et puis il a prêté pour contre.
Mais ça, Pediatric est mort, il est écrasé, paupières tirées.
Il a demandé s'il mangeait, il dit manger. S'il dormit, il dit pas dormir. Il passe la nuit là, il a gratté à terre, s'il a joué un côté pour sortir, il ne sortir dormir.
Et puis, j'étais ça sur net. 16 ans, moi, je regardé. Puis, Pediatric est mort.
So we want to ream it before we reduce it.
Right.
It'll
Oh,
fall
absolutely.
Apart. Yeah, it'll just fall apart anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a great idea.
So this is a 95-year-old lady. She has a side hinge nail, and now she's come back with her right leg. She has a subcalcar subtrochanteric fracture. So we're going to put in a sign nail. The sign nail is designed specifically to be used in the third world because you don't need a C-arm, you don't need x-rays.
With hospital operating rooms at full capacity, orthopedic surgery teams provide care for both earthquake and post-earthquake related injuries.
We expose the fracture site to do the nailing. And we do that here because we don't have a fluoroscopy machine. We have no way of visualizing the fracture like we would in a developed country. So this is all done open without fluoroscopy. That's the major hurdle an orthopedist faces in working in an operating room in a third world country, is they don't have any way to be able to visualize things the way they would elsewhere.
Surgeons work around the clock in constantly changing conditions.
So you just have kind of two bars. One is kind of basically a guide, so you can put the screws in without having x-rays to use it. Put the nail in and greatly reduce her risk of mortality.
2 days after her surgery, the 95-year-old grandmother left the hospital.
Everything turned out fine, I think, given the circumstances in which we had to do it. So I think it'll do what we need it to do.
J'étais un qui était venu assez à métaux. Oui, il était venu à masque. Il va dire non. Non, là, il était gonflé. Il était un béton sous moi. Il était gonflé. Et il était assis pour retirer. Il finissait de faire. Après ça, il a regardé. Mais moi, il a pu sortir. Après ça, là, il finit de tomber. Tout tombe pour me à l'hôpital avec.
Mais Sebastien lui-même vient joindre avec tonton. On l'autre frère nous. Il est content, il rencontre avec nous. Il dit il a mené l'hôpital. Il dit il n'a pas besoin de mener l'hôpital, il ne peut pas mourir, mener un pasteur que il dit pour la prier, bon Dieu, il ne peut pas mourir.
Il a pensé Pierre. Il a fait de l'eau. Il a pensé l'eau. Il fait de l'eau. Il faut qu'on rigole ça. Il a tué une bonne viande pourrie qui va bon.
Il met en balle pour ramasser de l'eau. Il fait premier jour pansement, deuxième jour, c'était tellement grave. Il a barodé, nous sommes obligés de courir venir la avec. Quand nous arrivons, nous dit nous c'est coupé. Mais nous sommes opposés, nous n'avons pas accepté pour te couper. Nous avons lutté par la avec, nous n'avons pas aimé le verre du pied parce que nous avons maman, nous avons papa, et il a 8 ans. Nous avons fait tout ça possible pour que si pied pas perdu. Nous pensons, il a suivre comment elle a évolué. Ils repensent encore toujours grave, après quoi ils sont obligés de couper. Chaque li wè docteur, docteur, yo coupe pied oui, pas de compte si yo t'a couper nous pendant m'a dormi, lever moi yo coupe pied oui. La fini dit yo couper juste en haut.
Là on t'a coupé le pas connait non.
Mais après moi ça tellement bas le problème, il dit pour demander docteur est-ce qu'il a voyer là aller tout de suite. Moi dit m'a fait ça, il dit comme ça courir voyer là aller pour me mettre une capacité dit pour la prier. Et puis il dit pour me dire la capacité, il dit courir dit mettre main, la mettre main sous pied couper et puis pour bon Dieu qu'a fait puis a pousser encore.
Outside on the hospital grounds, a row of tents serve as home to a group of patients recovering from amputations. Sebastian and his aunt have been living here since his surgery.
Oh, mbeze mwen si pase ngan koume. Di ma ta relasyon ti manje de aven. Gepi mwen la bon.
Non la piqué.
Ka fe sa.
Kade ne kap pale.
Oh, jene, a sou jet ouye baten. Regardez où ça n'a pas caché l'ouva. Ok. Yeah. Ça passe là, mais. Mais vous avez fait un bac à la côté de
The death toll endured by the Haitian people is unimaginable. But nearly every day, new life begins on the hospital grounds.
Baby was born outside, and I guess one of the tents. They came in with the baby wrapped up in a towel. We need to get mom warmed up. Estimated, mom said she's about 6 months pregnant. I'm not really sure. So we're estimating maybe about 24 weeks. We went ahead and started kangarooing, which has been known to be able to help bring the baby's body temperature up. Mom is now kangarooing skin to skin, covering mom up, getting mom warm up. So now the baby's temperature has increased slightly from what she initially had when she came in.
To give the premature baby a chance for survival, she needs to be transferred to a hospital with neonatal capabilities.
We have her on some blow-by oxygen support just to help with that. We just need to get her to another facility where she can get a little bit more support.
24 weeks gestation, yes.
Doctors start searching for a hospital that will take the baby.
She's going to need an NICU bed. She's going to need an incubator. And, possibly, not too long from now, a ventilator, although she's breathing on her own now.
It's about 28, 29 weeks, because baby's a little bit bigger than what parents were saying was her gestational age. So that gives her maybe a 50-50 chance of actually making it through. Right now, the best we could do is kangaroo.
Yeah,
that's been proven to help. That's
okay. Yes,
the best we can do is kangaroo. Yeah.
The best chance for the baby might be a transfer to the Comfort, a hospital ship anchored in the Bay of Port-au-Prince.
So we're still on hold after half an hour with the USS Comfort. And we're waiting for a pediatrician to give us the okay to take this baby. We need an incubator and we need surfactant. Right now they're saying they don't have NICU, neonatology capabilities, but we think that they did before. So maybe we'll get a yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, you need me to call what?
So I called University General, University of Miami, St. Damian's, and the German Red Cross. Everyone's been kind of really vague. Like when you talk to the...
He was like, we have, but they... Essentially, if she needs any further respiratory support, they can't provide it. he can make, because we have everything right here. We have the incubator to keep it warm. We have vent support available. We've worked with 24-weekers. We're gonna go ahead and start fluids and see if that helps her through the night. So far, the baby's still doing pretty well. Respiratory-wise, we're only still giving blow-by, unfortunately. We still can't monitor what her oxygen sat is. She seems to be perfusing pretty well. Baby's nice, pink, and still vigorous, so hoping and praying.
The baby survived the night. In the morning, doctors were able to transfer her to another local hospital for further treatment. Back in the ER, Dr. Marks' patient also survived the night. A donated portable ventilator kept the critically ill patient breathing.
So right now, it's really in God's hands. We're doing everything we can with the ventilator and multiple nurses and with the family praying with him at his bedside, and I'm really hoping that he can turn the corner. Again, we're just going back to plain medicine, listening to his lungs, looking at his vital signs and just clinically observing him, and that's kind of where we are right now at this point.
Living in the camp, dressing changes have become part of everyday life for Sebastien. It's one of the few times he doesn't have a smile on his face.
Me and my sister and some other members of the family, we are trying to do the best we can to take care of him, to send him to school, to feed him. All the things we can do, we will do it for him. Then when we talk to him, we still give him courage. We say that life is like this, life goes on, even though he loses one leg, then he can do all the things in life.
6 weeks after the earthquake, signs of healing begin to emerge. Dressing changes are less painful, using crutches has become second nature, and casts are being removed. Slowly, patients are beginning to leave the hospital grounds, but most don't have a home to go to.
What does it look like?
Can I see your phone? Okay, do you want that we make the new bandages that you don't have to remove?
Huh? You say at night they hurt something.
Because during the night, your leg is boring to stay every time in the bed. You have to cover it. Or he can play football, run, play basketball. There is no problem, especially when you have an amputee at this age. When they are baby, they don't have a lot of problems, so they are able to use their part of the body to make all things that they want. And if you see, he can walk without crutches, jumping, a good leg, without problem. The wound is good, the stump is good. I think that we can wait only some months, and after we can give him one definitive prosthesis that can allow him to run, to walk, and to have a normal life.
From what I'm being told by the Pan American Health Organization, USAID, and the other folks coordinating the efforts on the ground, we may well be the premier facility in all of Haiti, let alone the Port-au-Prince region, both from our physical plant standpoint as well as the major medical services that we can offer here now based around the influx of volunteer staff, the reintegration of the Haitian staff that were here before the earthquake, and the major medical equipment that we've brought in and augmented this facility that will stay here after this disaster.
Deden, combien ça me gagne ici, hein? Depuis en janvier.
Moi-même, c'est tante Limi. C'est à tout. C'est devoir pour me prendre soin, faire tout ça que je suis capable pour lui. Même pas de possibilité parce que quand il pas me craser, quand il côté le écrasé, toute bagaille nous perdu net. Jusqu'à présent.
Ouais. Quand il t'a le plus bon que t'as tout. Il va solide. Il va solide. Et puis, si nous ne pouvons pas apprendre,